That was after a big emotional win on Friday night, but 2 days off for the Thunder, and now the attention turns to the bright lights of LA as Chris Paul, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, one-time Clippers, take on Paul George, a one-time Oklahoma City Thunder. It's the front end of a back-to-back as the coach. Let's give you the starting lineups presented by Enable Midstream Partners. First for the Thunder. For the LA Clippers, announced by head coach Doc Rivers, Patrick Beverley, Terrence
Adams are ready to jump it up here in downtown Los Angeles. Clippers win the tap. They'll have the ball to open up the fourth and final quarter as well. Harkless played so well the other night. Here is Paul George in traffic, floats it up anyway. Defended by three Thunder would-be defenders, I should say.
Gallo historically has always been a really good first half, first quarter player, so you got to do a good job on him early on.
Paul George continues to smolder, and I don't know what else you can say about him. Late in the clock for Gallinari. And there is Adams laying it up and in.
That's funny you say that. I mean, you got three guys that are motivated to really come out here and play well today.
The step away from Paul George, and now it's becoming a bit ridiculous. 3 for 3, 6 points in 3 minutes. Blocked by Harkless, recovered by Mo as well. Beverly all alone, that provokes a three. Zoo with the rebound and the putback. Shai gets down the lane. He was so good in the mid-range last year. They're putting length on Chris Paul in the opening quarter. Gets around Harkless and finds a wide-open Steven Adams.
Well, one thing you know about Chris Paul is
such a great person. He said sometimes coaches get frustrated, you want to throw in the towel, but Shai is the kind of player that makes you want to coach.
Jamie, great stuff as Ivica Zubac jams in. And one thing Doc said, by all accounts, unanimously, he will be a multi-time All-Star.
Absolutely, he sure will. And from what I've gathered, you look at that nice mid-range shot.
Blades here. Man gets downhill, gets to the rim, challenging Noel. Oh, how about Ivica Zubac with a right-handed follow?
He continues to get better game after game.
Then is Schroeder out there for Oklahoma City. He has the ball. A contested mid-range shot that falls for Schroeder from the field. Nader to the rim, count it, and give him one.
What an aggressive move by Nader. Again, blew right by Williams, found some space, able to finish at the rim. He's never been afraid to make that kind of drive. So the Thunder hanging with the...
Yeah, I had to be honest. They don't compete at that level that Chris does.
Lou curling, catching, and connecting as the Clippers get their first three of the night. Late in the clock, Lou Williams gets downhill, gets to the cup, blocked from behind by Noel, recovered inside by Montrezl Harrell.
Montrezl had a mismatch on him.
This time Trez guarded by somebody of his equal height. It doesn't matter. A spin to the baseline, counted on him.
Just enough of a shove into the body of Harrell, and the official saw it on the backside.
Grabs the board. Lou moves to his left and knocks it in. That's his Park Place. Scoreless second quarter so far. Second possession for Oklahoma City. And there's our first bucket.
The team, they knew they had to do that to get Kawhi Leonard.
It's a trade they would do 10 times out of 10. Here is Montrezl Harrell bouncing off defenders and lays it in.
You're 6'9", you can get a bucket on anybody. Go ahead and get that bucket right there.
Chris Paul comes back and kind of leaves his calling card, knocks down the mid-range jump. Chris, 6 points, couple of assists, couple of rebounds. George, long two, dials it in.
I'm here to tell you that's not good defense because he can knock that down.
43% on the year. Beverly knocked down open shots all of last year. Gallo saw it up close and personal.
Either side.
The good news is, if he stays in Oklahoma City, I think he can help them make the playoffs. His ability at all, it's just the expense of his contract that is remaining over $100 million.
Well, of course, if he stays, he can help them make the playoffs. But if you trade a Chris Paul,
way into my
pressure.
I felt pressure. Peer pressure.
Wow.
Clippers trail by one. Noel never been great with the jump shot. Knocks one down right there. Ball deflected to Lou Williams. Challenges Noel. Gets to the rim and lays it in despite the height advantage. Lou glides in for the score. Lou gets Noel to bite and dance and flings in the long two. Chris Paul and Danilo Gallinari.
Look at Chris Paul, ran 2 pick and rolls to get the matchup he wanted with Lou Will at the end of the shot clock.
Oklahoma City had a lead of 5 at the start of the third quarter. Gallo step away 3 late and the clock is good.
Tough shot, right?
7 points, a couple of rebounds, and a couple of assists here. His return to downtown Los Angeles is Harkless. Oh, dueling banjos in downtown Los Angeles. Zoo goes belly to belly with his counterpart for Oklahoma City. Chris down the lane, goes right back to Adams, who lays it in.
It's going to that right where you can't stop him and push him back to that left hand.
George for a straight on 3, book it. And the Clippers pulled to within 2. Pull up 3 for Chris Paul. Got it. He has a game high 16. Foul in the process. Lou to his left. Bucket from Lou Williams. Not been able to get to the free throw line.
Well, they've done a good job. The defense has been good enough.
Nader with a 3 there.
That was good defense right there. He had a mismatch situation. Pat Patterson, but he did a good job.
Montrez loitering above the cup. Taps it up and in. Patrick Patterson, who was knocked out of the rotation last year in Oklahoma City for 3 and the lead. Yes, sir.
Timely basket right there by Patrick Patterson, who's shot.
Magruder swooping in, rebuked at the cup by Noel. Loose ball retrieved by Montrez. Jermichael Green, deep 3, bucket ahead of the horn.
There you go. Jermichael Green.
Adams, quiet tonight, 7.7 rebounds. Dotted line jumper rolls through. My fault. Nader. Got it. Coming off the bench, he has 8. For 6 minutes of the game, he only has 5 shots in the last 15 that he's played. Lobs it to Montrez. Oh! Flying around Staples Center like he's got a jetpack on. Montrez greeted all his former teammates warmly. Down Figueroa and pumps it in with 2.
Take your time right here and just try to get the ball to your playmakers like right now.
Trez to the rim and finger rolls it home.
And what did we just say?
Nice lead pass by Chris Paul, broken up. Ferguson, contested 2 is good. In their win over Philadelphia a few nights ago. Paul George, a catch and shoot 3, he got it.
What a pass right there. Yes, that was a beautiful shot, but what a pass right there by Montrezl Harrell.
Paul down the lane and down the hatch it goes, his own Park Place, and Doc Rivers not at all happy. Pass deflected, Trez gets it out on the wing. Beverly has 2 threes tonight, a hat trick for Pat Beverly. Schroeder. Now Ferguson, shot clock is deep. Fires a 3 and answers. Cuts the lead in half. Schroeder with Magruder on his tailpipes, gets around the defense and lays it in for the lead.
Dennis Schroeder with a spurt there on both ends of the floor at the defensive.
Finisher in the paint. Speaking of nice finisher, I like to see Lou
to Trez.
continue to get downhill right there. Again.
Athletic trainer Jason Powell in his 21st season. Lou to his right, misses. Montrez with a rebound, counted and a foul.
Alexander, number 5. And so Harrell
Flopping that call.
Clippers by 1. Magruder to Montrez. Drives on Adams to the rim with 2. A soul shaker by Montrez Harrell.
Now you talk about knowing your personnel. Everybody knows that Schroeder wants to go right all the time.
To the rim by the right hand. Montrez does it again.
Here through the legs by Lou Will.
28 points for Montrez Harrell. Gallo for 3. We are tied. Clippers have a timeout remaining, and a whistle on either side is going to be free throws. Lou to Paul George, curling, catching. Oh, damn! The Clippers take a 1-point lead.
He's coming out of a set piece. He's one of those type of players. He has that ability. And it was like Harrell sets a big screen to free him up. And all he needs is a little bit of daylight. He has made that many times in his career.
Well, hand in the face, not.
Ferguson to inbound. Gallinari. Chased by Harkless. Rises for the shot and the lead. No! George with a rebound. Ball game! The Clippers looking to win for the 9th time this year in an ugly affair. But the final 3 minutes.
Good at home, and you have to be able to win ugly games at times. This was a ugly basketball game. Nice miss on purpose right there.